What's going on, guys? Beast Mode Smooth back with another video. All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at a woman dating coach, talking about the signs of a broke, dusty man. We're going to get right into it, see what she's talking about. So here we go.
Hey girls, my name is Rochelle. I am the host of the Pretty Life channel here on YouTube. As you can see on the title, I am going to talk about broke men. Yes, the signs that you are dealing with a broke man. Now, some of this is satire. Some people might get butt hurt, but it's okay. I really want to talk about this. So let's get into it. Now, if you see me looking down, I took some notes. These notes are based on personal experience. So let's get it popping, okay? Now, one of the signs that you can tell that he's basically fraudulent and also broke is, let's say you see his Instagram profile and he's posting photos of luxury cars or one luxury car. You see a trend. He's always posting that one picture, and basically wants you to believe that it's his car. Now, I know people post photos of different things like watches and jewelry and things like that. Some people do that for inspiration, but I'm talking about the guys that are claiming that that car is his. But when you meet him in real life, he's got all these excuses. Oh, that car is in the shop. Oh, something happened with that car. It got in a wreck. And when you see him, his lifestyle doesn't match the lifestyle on Instagram.
I mean, Instagram is one big flex. People flex on Instagram all the time, men and women. You know, women wear their best friend's clothing all the time. Women stand in front of cars that are not theirs all the time and take photos. Women go on trips and spend a man's money, right, to go on these trips. Women get flown out by men all the time. But are you calling out those women? Are those women dusty too? And the reality is, the only reason why men would flex like that and pretend like they have a car when they don't, or have a luxury car when they really don't, is to impress women, because women like hypergamy. They like men with material things. They like men with money. And that's the only reason why he's flexing. If all women loved Honda Accords, I'm pretty sure that man would get a Honda Accord. But the reality is, he's just trying to impress a woman because he knows that's what women want. But let's continue.
You know what I mean? Like, if he's trying to take you out on a date, he's not trying to take you out to those places that he has on his Instagram feed. He's only trying to take you to Applebee's. And there's nothing wrong with Applebee's, but if he's showing you all these photos of him at these luxury restaurants and these luxury hotels or whatever he claims he's going, he probably can't afford that lifestyle. He's just basically catfishing girls on Instagram, and he probably can't even afford valet at some of these places. So steer clear of guys that post a lot of like jewelry photos or photos, and then you actually see a photo of them. It's like a tight shot and it looks like they're in like some random.
Just because I take you to Applebee's doesn't mean I'm broke. It just means that you have to earn your way to the fancy restaurants. I could be a millionaire. Doesn't guarantee that I'm going to take you to a fancy restaurant. What have you done to earn that right to get some of my money, or me just take you to a fancy restaurant because I have it? Yeah, I have it. You don't have it. So if you don't have it and I have it, why don't you work your way up into the man's life and earn your keep, or provide your value, show your value as to why he should spend his hard-earned money on you. Just because he has it doesn't mean he has to spend it on you. But let's continue.
Walmart bathroom, probably at their job. That's a broke man, okay? That's the first sign that he's broke. When you go out to a restaurant, he orders your food for you. Now, some women think, oh, that's so chivalrous. He's being such a gentleman. No, he's being broke, okay? He's either being controlling too, but he's also being broke, especially if you're at a chain restaurant. Now, I don't have really a problem with a chain restaurant, but we'll talk about restaurants and things like that in another video. But my point is, you're a grown woman, you can order your own food. The reason why he's ordering for you is because he doesn't want you to order off the other side of the menu. He wants to stick in the $20 range because he's broke, okay? And he want to make sure that you order water and nothing else. No wine, no type of liquor. You can't get a margarita because he's broke, okay?
Here we go again. Like, the fact that a man took you out to a restaurant and spent his money, like, appreciate that. He didn't have to do that. And now you want to nitpick and micromanage the way he spends his money? Really? Like, it's ridiculous. But let's continue.
Also, when the check comes, he stares at the check. He looks at it. He stares at it because he's thinking in his mind, like, oh my gosh, do I have enough money? He's like trying to figure out, okay, how much money he got in his bank account. Then he pulls his wallet out and he's like fiddling around at the cards. Now, some guys will choose this chance to try to do the 50-50, or they'll try to do, do the Dutch thing. But a lot of broke men, they may have a little bit of coup to them. They're not gonna tell you to go Dutch, but they ain't got the money really to take you out, but they want to take you out anyway. If he's looking at the check that long, he's broke. Because if he had the money, he would pull his money out, put it in the envelope, put it in the thing, and put it off to the side for the waitress to come get. So that's a good sign that he's broke. Okay, it doesn't take that long to pay. Okay. Also,
so I will say this. See, when I take a woman out, especially when I take her out for the first time, me personally, I will pay. But I'm not taking her out to dinner. No, sorry, Bob. I ain't doing that. The most I'll do is maybe like Starbucks, something casual. Nothing $100. No way in hell. The most 25, 30, 40 bucks. Because at the end of the day, it's not really about the money you spend. It's about the interaction, the connection. Do you guys mesh well? Like, that's what it's about. And these kind of women are looking for some level up, boss up, diva, what can a man do for me? Instead of looking at the interaction and you guys just, building a connection. Like, women don't look at it like that, especially these kind of women. But in saying that, let's continue.
I do this test when I first start talking to somebody. Maybe it's wrong of me, but I don't care. Like, for example, when I am, on the phone with someone, a guy that I'm dating, and he's asking me what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, I'm about to run some errands. I'm about to go to the bank. And he's like, oh, okay, cool, that's what's up. And then he'll say, oh, well, who do you bank with? And there's crickets. He doesn't say anything. He changes the subject because he doesn't have a bank account. An adult needs a bank account. Okay? That's basic adulting. If he doesn't have a bank account, he's probably broke, sis. Also, he's probably getting his money on a pay card. Most people know what a pay card is. If you don't know what a pay card is, it's a card that employers issue to people who don't have a bank account, or maybe for some reason, maybe they have something on their check systems that they can't get a bank account. Maybe that.
All right, so the fact that you're dealing with guys that don't have a bank account lets me know what kind of woman you are. Because if you were a high value woman yourself, or a woman that could attract a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or even a blue collar guy, a plumber, truck driver, somebody that's adding value to society, he will have a bank account. So the fact that you're dealing with men that don't have a bank account, I mean, it's clear. Obviously, you're dealing with Ray Rays, Pookies of the world, jailbirds, things of that nature. And frankly, if you were high value, then you wouldn't be attracting those types of men, and you wouldn't be having these problems that you're mentioning. But let's continue.
IRS is after them or something, so they get their money. Well, the IRS was after you, your check would be garnished, right? I don't know why people get pay cards. I had one on my very first job. That's how I know about pay cards, but I was a teenager, so you know what I'm saying. But needless to say, if he pulls out a pay card all the time to pay for stuff, he broke. Okay, he didn't have no money. He broke. If he drives, this is something that a lot of girls end up, they get so caught up in what kind of car he drives. But if you get in his car and you look on his side in the dash and there's lights on, the check engine light on, the brake light is always on, that's a problem. It's probably because he can't afford to own a luxury car. If you own a luxury car, you know that it's expensive maintenance. He got this car, but he broke. He can't afford to, he's barely got it on the road because the gas light is on. You know what I'm saying? He got all these lights going on. There's different issues going on with this car, and it may not be his. Check the glove compartment to see if his name is on anything in that glove compartment. If it's not and it's somebody else's stuff, he broke.
So I will say this, I mean, engine light, oil light, the lights in the dash, that should be resolved. I mean, as a man, you should be taking care of your car. Ultimately, you should not be buying a car if you can't afford a car. It only makes sense. But again, if she was dealing with middle class to high value men, they wouldn't have those types of problems. They would bring it into the mechanic, they would be responsible, or they would do what they have to do. But the fact that she's encouraging women to check the ownership and make sure it's his car, like, you shouldn't have to be doing that with a high value man. But let's continue.
Okay, he's broke. He insists on cooking for you on your first date. Now, again, a lot of girls get caught up in that. I got caught up in that too. One thing about that is you don't know him yet, especially if you're just dating him, so you don't know if he can cook or not. And you really don't, I don't trust people to just go to their house just for meeting them. Technically, they're still a stranger, but a lot of guys will pull that. Now, most guys I know can't really cook like that. They claim they can cook, but they really can't cook. They just want you to get over there so they can smash and like heat up some Hungry Man dinners or some rotisserie chicken he got from Kroger. They ain't trying to cook like that. They're just trying to be cheap. He's broke, okay? Don't go over there, sis. Don't go over there.
I mean, that's not true. I mean, I've cooked for women before. Not on the first date, maybe the second or third date. First date, you want to meet somebody in public, get a feel for them. That I understand. But I mean, the second and third date, I mean, you're coming over. I ain't about to be spending money on you and, I'm just shelling out and you ain't coming over and we ain't, what I'm saying, getting to that next level. But let's continue.
He has no silverware. If you're at his house and you open up his cabinets and he has no silverware, but he has the full collection, okay, of every single paper plate that Solo makes, every type of styrofoam plate that Great Value makes. He has the whole collection, okay? But he doesn't have any silverware. They sell silverware at Walmart too. The same place he got the paper cups, those plastic cups, he could have got some silverware too. As an adult, you're supposed to have silverware. Even if you don't use it like that, you at least have it. That's letting you know that also he's a transient, okay? If he doesn't have silverware, that means that he doesn't have like a permanent spot. Like, he's probably going to move in a couple months. I'm just saying, maybe that's me. Maybe I'm being funny, but I don't know.
You're dealing with men that don't have knives and forks, like metal knives and forks. I mean, that's just basic. And the fact that you're dealing with men with paper plates and paper cups and plastic forks and all this stuff, like, These are Ray Rays and Pookies of the world. These are men that are low value, low vibration. And the fact that you're even talking to these men, as I mentioned, you got to look at yourself to determine, why are you attracting these kind of men? Why are these men gravitating towards me? Why am I giving these men the time of day and then complaining about them? If you don't like these kind of men, just stay away from them, or improve yourself as a woman so that you can attract the men that you really want. But let's continue.
If you don't have silverware, I see that as being broke, in my opinion. Okay, maybe this is me being Southern, but if you go out your way to go visit a guy, or you're going to an event and it's like out of, your area, and you have to drive, most men that, are men, they will offer to give you money for gas, or they're also offered to drive to the gas station behind you, put gas in your tank so you will be okay to get back on the road. Guys that don't have no money, they don't care. They just want you to get over there. They want to hang out with you, and that's it. They don't care how you gonna get home. You get home how you get home. Typically, I see that as a guy who wants to spend time with you, but he's broke. Okay. Also, one sign that I notice, and some people may think that I'm being picky, but if somebody gives you unsolicited gifts, now I'm not talking about flowers, surprise flowers or things like that. I'm talking about random gifts, and he doesn't even really know your taste. Like, let's say you normally wear a size 10, but he's gifting you blouses that look like something that his grandmother would wear or his mama would wear, because it probably is his mother's things that he's trying to re-gift you.
It seems like she's messing with homeless guys. Guys are just randomly giving her gifts that are not her size. I mean, seems like a homeless guy just, stealing random stuff and saying, here you go. Or those guys with those big like trench coats, and they like open it up and there's like a bunch of wallets and watches and stuff like that. Like, it's just low value men that she's dealing with. But let's continue.
Yes, men do that. Men will re-gift jewelry from ex-girlfriends. They'll re-gift it to you, and you think, oh my gosh, I'm getting this amazing gift, especially during the holidays, ladies. A lot of these guys are re-gifting gifts. Okay, these random gifts that they got from Roses or they got from Walmart, they're going to give it to you, okay? Because he broke. He doesn't have any money to buy you anything. He's broke, okay?
All right, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I wouldn't use the word broke. I would use the word low value. She's clearly dealing with low value men that don't really have anything, men that should not be dating. They should be really working on themselves to improve themselves. I mean, it's just low value trash that she's dealing with, unfortunately. I will say this, it does seem like she is a nice girl. Seems like she's more on the feminine side. She's just attracting the wrong guy. So hopefully, she kind of maybe changes herself for the better to attract the men that she wants. Because, like I said, it does seem like she is a nice girl, just to be fair. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.